It's around this point that you begin to realize that time management is incredibly important to your success in the program and also to your level of stress in your life. Um, many students are doing the Associate of Arts program while they are also doing regular schooling somewhere or running a regular job. Sometimes older students, you have families, you have hobbies you like to do, which is healthy. You have home improvement and home maintenance requirements, which includes car repairs, mowing the lawn, cleaning the house, fixing a leaky pipe. These things pile on. You have overtime that your job might be asking you to work. You're raising a family, you have kids. Let's say you're still in school and you have a full school day, and then you might have sports, you might have a relationship that you're trying to get involved with, then you have family, and what about things like social groups or church on Sunday? Um, life can be incredibly busy just on its own, but then we add on an Associates of Art program that is meant to be done while everything else is happening. Let me encourage you and remind you that it is possible. You have more leisure time in the day than you might believe because um, free time sometimes shows up in 5 to 10 minute increments throughout the day. And if you learn how to capture those and put them together, you can get more stuff done than you think. But more than anything, you should understand that you shouldn't wait with the idea that somehow um, you'll have more time next week or next month or next year for major projects. You probably are never going to be less busy as life moves forward until maybe your retirement. But it's an unfortunate habit of life that as young people turn into young adults and to um, middle-aged adults, life just gets even more busy. So it's best to assume that either your life is going to get busier or it's going to stay with its level of busyness. And don't use the notion that you don't have enough time to stop you from doing a project that could be really good for you down the line. So we really encourage you to think of ways that you can do more with the same amount of time you have to be more productive. Now, this might be learning how to skim books better. This might be learning how to spot read or speed read or use audiobooks. So there are reading techniques to do this. This may be learning how to fast forward some parts of a movie because you realize it's not really going to be essential for you to get every minute of the movie, and you've seen enough already, and you're going to make sure that you see other crucial spots so that you get the main idea of the movie. So there are ways that you do this. Many times you are driving back and forth to a place. That's a time for you to listen to an audiobook. If you learn how to press play, that's my own personal model because sometimes I don't want to start something, right? I want to relax. I want to be a little lazy, and sometimes that's good, right? Because you don't want to be going every minute of the day. But there are times when I realize, okay, I relaxed on one leg of the trip. It's time to get some work done. I'm going to stick my finger out and I'm going to press play on my phone and get that audiobook going. And I'll listen for 20 more minutes. And for me, it's like jumping in a swimming pool. As soon as I press play, about 5 minutes in, I'm glad I did and I'm already involved. So it's just a matter for me of pressing play. And that's sort of what I tell myself when I realize I probably should listen to that audiobook or I probably should watch 10 minutes of this movie. Again, personally, I really like to watch movies in one sitting. But then I realized, and that one sitting would be in the evening. It would help me wind down. But then I realized if I just put a movie in, if I'm working at home, and I watch it in 10 or 15 increments throughout the day, I can probably watch it and another movie in the week or whatever, in the day. just to move through the material. So I had to learn how to watch a movie in sections, in chunks, and I had to privilege the 10-minute chunk where it's like, well, is it worth pressing play if all I'm going to get is 10 minutes? And the answer was yes, it is. It can help you get through. Um, a quick pause here. It's winter as I'm doing these videos, and the heating element kicked in, so you're hearing some forced air in the background. I'm speaking a little louder, hoping that the video captures my voice over the forced air, but that's the reason for the noise. Usually I try to make videos when the heater or the furnace is off, but this one caught me by surprise, and I wanted to keep on going. But anyway, the point is, um, learn how to make use of the small moments throughout the day without going overboard. But when you are learning vocabulary, when you are filtering through your journal and you move from the raw material stage to a keeper level where you're like, you want to keep those notions and you want to remember them, can you put them on a note card? You can buy a pack of note cards from your local store, your department store, and you just simply put that idea in your pocket for a week and pull it out every now and then and look at it. That sort of thing reinforces the way it's going to stay in your head, that perennial principle, that new word, that idea, that whatever. It should be something small. It shouldn't be a paragraph. It should be a phrase or one line at most. But these are techniques and strategies for you to remember the stuff you feel you need to remember. All right. And that way you can make use of memory with devices like flashcards or whatnot. Or maybe you put it on your phone. But you are able then, when you have 3 minutes somewhere waiting in line once a day, right, to go through those terms or those ideas. Again, you don't want to always keep doing this. You want to be a well-balanced and holistic member of society, which means that you laugh, you talk, you have fun, you waste some time, you relax, you sleep, you have some fun, but also you balance that out by remembering that you have a mind that loves to learn and loves to grow. It is meant to explore eternity. And to steward that sort of mind correctly, you need to be feeding it. And with method and some content. And that means that you need to be in charge of your lifelong education. So you need to balance the times of relaxing and fun with times of self-directed mental growth in some way. So it's all about time management. It really is. Okay, this is a huge part that again doesn't necessarily get its focus or it's 15 minutes of fame in a traditional school classroom, other than someone tossing you a day planner and saying get to work, write it down. But there's much more to it than that. And if you develop strategies that increases your productivity, it helps you get through books, through movies, through stuff, through production, helps you write the thing you want to write, or make the film you want to make, and you're learning how to make it happen. Okay, that is incredible. That's powerful, but you have to fight for it. It's not going to come easy, and the fight is going to be between the knowledge of what you could be doing or could do versus the actual habits you have right now as a person. So you're fighting with yourself for this to get better as far as focusing and remembering and time, getting the work done in manageable units spread out throughout the days with reasonable and doable goals, especially when it comes to being a constant participant in a very busy life. Okay, remember, it's never going to get, you may as well run with the idea that it's not going to get any less busy. So quit using that as an excuse and start understanding that there are actually a lot of slack time in your day that you are not recognizing because you've accepted it for so long. It's just a normal part of your day. And if you can take advantage of that, where you can multitask, as you do your chores, as you work at a job that allows you to listen while you work, as you drive, as you walk, as you exercise. Can you listen to an audiobook? For example, that's just one example of making double use of that time. Because the mind is doing two types of activities, and it can really do both at once. I can't read two books at once, but I can listen to a book and cook supper at the same time. So figuring out ways to do this is going to be a challenge for you, but it's going to have a huge reward. All right, so I encourage you to do that.